Good morning again, metalheads. Yeah, the weekend's upon us and we're out detecting. I've come to a brand new permission of 400 acres of fields. That one behind me, and if I spin you around, I've got this that runs off up that hill behind. There's some fields that are accessible from down the farm track, about half a mile's drive away. But I'm out for a recce on these. Let's see what comes up. Catch you shortly. Well, I've been going about 20 minutes, dug a few bits of scrap, bits of alley. This is the first find worth mentioning, and it came out of the ground. I thought, hey up, we're on something here. But unfortunately, it's just a gold gilded button. Better luck next time. Next one up, broken key. Well, that ain't going to get me in nowhere, is it? Oh dear. Well, I'm now right at the top of that field. It's took me about 45 minutes to work my way up here. Alongside the M40 there. All the wankers using up that petrol they went out and bought in a big panic yesterday. Off they go. I've got a pouch full of scrap alley. Green waste, I think. And the best I've come up with yet, a little stud with a dolphin on it, probably off a pair of jeans. Right, I'm heading back down the hill and I'm going to try the field at the bottom, see if there's less shit in that. Well, that's the best of it of this field, I think. Must be the head off Thor's hammer. Maybe this is a real Viking artifact. Can you hear thunder? No, me neither. Scrap. Well, that does it for this field. I've filled Barney's water bowl with scrap, modern scrap, aluminium scrap, rubbish. I've had no finds at all off here. I'm not saying that there isn't any, but there's just too much crap to dig. This is what green waste does to land. It's knackered the whole field out. Right, I've got a little field next to it. I'll give that half an hour. Failing that, it's back to the drawing board and probably back to the snot field. At least the finds were coming out of that. Still, you don't know these things till you try them, do you? Catch you shortly. Well, metalheads, that completely did it for me. I gave 4 hours on that green waste field and the one next door, digging nothing but scrap alley, one button, one broken thimble. I can't do that. So I'm choosing the lesser of the two evils. I've come back to the rough ploughed snot field. At least finds are coming off here. Let's have another go for a few hours before I need to go home. Let's see what we get. This is better. I can handle the snots as long as I'm finding finds. A little button here. Unfortunately the shank's missing. But at least it's got a design on it. Best find of the day so far, a button. Never mind. Right, we have a huge great find here. What I think was a copper plate at one point in time. It's heavily patterned. Yeah, would have looked good at one point. Now it's only scrap. And at last, after about 5 hours, I've come across my first coin of the day. As soon as it came out of the ground it felt wrong and it wasn't the right weight for a UK coin. I see 50 on this side, and what might be some kind of Greek sailing galleon or something. It's a very crude monkey metal, maybe as light as aluminium. I don't know whether I'll be able to clean anything off it or whether it's even worth bothering with. But it's a coin at last. Happy days. Wonders will never cease. Another coin. Really bad condition. George V this time. Nothing like as good as they were coming off the old cricket ground. But that's two in the pouch. Hopefully there's better to come. Hopefully there's some silver waiting for me. Well, footage is a bit short on the ground, so I'm reduced to filming featureless coins. No idea at all. Halfpenny, no sign of a monarch. But yet another coin. Another little button this time. Nice pewter tomback, but unfortunately the shank snapped off the back of it. Not a great deal of buttons in this field. I'd have thought there'd have been a lot more considering how many coins are now coming up. Still, there's no rhyme or reason to metal detecting. Hello again, metalheads. It's now Sunday morning and we've come up the field that backs onto the old cricket ground. I'm convinced there's got to be some good finds in this bit of field. So, let's have a go for a few hours. See you on the next. Not much to report so far. The handle off a spoon this time. That'll go with the fork I found recently. Soon have a dinner set. And yet another spoon handle. I do hope the rest of the cutlery set isn't up here. Don't think I could handle digging it all up bit by bit. And it ain't even silver. Here we have another livery button. This time it's got a crown towards the bottom of it and some wording beneath that. Quite what erupts out of the top of the crown, I honestly don't know. Shank's on, bent. Bloody dog's barging past me, doing his own thing. Aren't you, Barney? Yeah, I'm going that way. Yeah, if I can get any more off that when I get home, I'll let you know. But it's just another button, isn't it? Yes, what an absolutely stunning livery button. It's probably silvered, and I've never had that one come up with that much fine detail on it. I'll give that a clean up when I get home. That is going to be absolutely gorgeous. I like that a lot. Oh yes, that will do very nicely. Queen Victoria, sixpence, veil head version. Let me just flip it over. £18.97, absolutely gorgeous condition. That'll clean up nicely with my little silver cloth at home. Love it to bits. So metalheads, we're back with this motley array of finds. Not the greatest of weekends detecting, but a couple of little interesting bits amongst it all. We go over top here. This, what I thought was a mangled plate, isn't. It's a clock face. You make out the numbers going around: 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That would have been quite an ornate clock in its day. Got half the contents of the cutlery drawer. Bit of a Victorian furniture fitting. Dirty great blob or something. Horse buckle. Possible lead gaming piece. Quite late, I'd say, looking at the moulding of it. locky scratching plate. I thought I got a thimble, but you're going to prick yourself in the finger using that as a thimble. Did get a good array of buttons, a couple of livery buttons amongst them, a whole host of decimal coins. There's 7 pence stuck together in one big heap there. A Greek coin that didn't clean up too well, George V, a couple of half decent Vickies. That halfpenny's not bad at all, and definitely the find of the weekend, all cleaned up. That Vicky sixpence, that's come up well. All there on the reverse. 1897. Still, that isn't the end of it all. Stand by and I'll show you something else. Well, metalheads, not a lot's been happening with finding metal, but I spoke to a farm lady and she's tipped me off this little copse of trees here, and she says it's an old bottle dump. So I wandered over here with the detector. Well, only been in there about 2 minutes. And look at all this little lot here. It's full of bottles and old pots and things. So maybe I'll have a hunting session in here. Leave the detector at home, come with a wheelbarrow. Superb. Different type of history. Right, bottleheads. At the end of the weekend, the llama farmer, she tipped me off about the bottle dump. These are just a few I scavenged off the surface that the rabbits have hooked out of the ground. I think that's going to make a whole episode of its own, going up there with a shovel and digging around and seeing what I can find. But quite a nice little haul for a couple of minutes of scavenging. Yeah, it's all history, isn't it? Okay, I'll catch you next time I'm out and about. Thanks for watching. Ta-ra.